Inside the most luxurious palaces in the world. The magnificence of luxurious palaces has always inspired audiences as well as architects. Welcome back to Luxury Bay. Today we'll have a look inside the most luxurious places in the world. 1. Palace of Versailles, Versailles, France. The Palace of Versailles was once the home of Marie Antoinette. Versailles was built in the 17th century and served as the home of the French royal family until the Revolution in 1789. It's difficult to imagine a more opulent abode than this magnificent palace. The palace was stripped of many of its furniture during the Revolution, but thankfully, many of the pieces were returned, and the chateau has since been restored to its former splendor. Despite the fact that the mansion has no shortage of gorgeous rooms, the sparkling Hall of Mirrors manages to outshine them all. Chandeliers adorn the center gallery, which houses 5,000 pieces of antique furniture and 6,000 precious paintings. Marie Antoinette's rooms, which are models of rich Rococo-style decor with delicate florals, green velvet, and an eye-popping amount of gold, are another highlight aside from the Hall of Mirrors. 2. Buckingham Palace, UK. Buckingham Palace is Her Majesty the Queen's residence and the monarchy's administrative headquarters. But it hasn't always looked as magnificent as it does now. Buckingham Mansion was built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham as a large townhouse. It wouldn't become a palace until the late 1820s. George IV inherited the property from his father. Unfortunately, George IV died before the palace was completed, and Queen Victoria became the first queen to live there. She moved here in 1837 and expanded the enormous estate with a fourth wing. The palace now includes 775 rooms, including 240 bedrooms, 78 bathrooms, and 19 staterooms. Its neoclassical facade has become a global emblem of Britain, serving as a background for numerous notable royal events. The gilded state chambers, including the deep red throne room and the grandiose ballroom, are usually open to the public during the summer months. It's an opportunity to see behind the scenes of a functional palace, as well as tour the sumptuous interiors and 19 staterooms of the property. 3. Grand Palace, Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok's Grand Palace was the royal residence of the Kings of Siam and the location of the King's court and government from 1782 to 1925. The facility, which is located on the banks of the Chao Phraya River, spans more than 2 million square feet. Due to a lack of funding, the palace was initially constructed completely of wood, but the entire complex was later reconstructed with masonry, from the walls and gates to the throne halls and royal homes. The attention to detail on the exteriors and interiors is simply breathtaking. The outer court, middle court, inner court, and Wat Phra Kiao, or the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, are the 4 quarters that make up the complex. It's a temple complex within the royal walls that has a statue of the Emerald Buddha, who's revered as the country's palladium. Visitors are able to walk through some of the grounds and buildings. A stroll through the asymmetrical complex reveals how the palace complex grew over 200 years as successive reigning kings added and rebuilt structures, resulting in an eclectic blend of styles. 4. DOLMABAHÇE Palace, Istanbul, Turkey. DOLMABAHÇE Palace in Turkey is one of the world's most luxurious mansions, with 285 apartments, 46 halls, and 68 restrooms. The house was the Ottoman Empire's seat from 1856 to 1887, and again from 1909 to 1922, and its stunning interior hides a rather expensive secret. Emperor Abdülmecid I desired no expense spared during construction. Therefore, the palace's ceilings were gilded with 14 tons of gold. The palace's design is a combination of Baroque, Rococo, and neoclassical styles, with lots of traditional Ottoman architecture elements thrown in for good measure. The palace was built with expensive materials such as Marmara marble and Egyptian alabaster, and there are some 150-year-old bearskin rugs that were a gift from Russian Tsar Nicholas I. The palace, which was once the home of Ataturk, the Turkish Republic's creator, is now open to the public. The Selamlik, or administrative area, the ceremonial hall, where the Sultan and his family resided, and the Harem-i-Hamuyan, which was used for state occasions, are the 3 main portions of the palace that are frequently explored during tours. 5. Mysore Palace, Mysore, India. Mysore Palace, one of India's greatest palaces, was built in 1912. However, a stronghold may have existed here since the 14th century, according to legend. The exterior is breathtaking, with its striking domes and ornate archways, and the interiors are also. There's a lot to do in a day when the museum's open to visitors. 97,000 lights illuminate the palace in the evening. In the Indian state of Karnataka, the palace serves as the royal house of the Wadiyar family. The edifice, which is made of granite and pink marble and features striking tiles and striped columns, as well as elegant archways and stained glass windows, is the seat of the Kingdom of Mysore. 2 durbar rooms, which are ceremonial gathering halls of the court, as well as various courtyards, gardens, and buildings, are housed in the palace. The richness extends inside, with Islamic, neoclassical, and Gothic revival architectural styles. The buttercup yellow, cream, and gold audience hall, with exquisite columns, chandeliers, and an intricately painted ceiling is particularly lovely, while the teal and pastel pink columned audience hall seem like it came straight out of a fairy tale. 6. Forbidden City, Beijing, China. The Forbidden City is one of China's most renowned tourist sites for a reason. It was formerly home to more than 20 emperors, and the massive network buried beyond its walls comprises upwards of 90 royal compounds, 900 plus buildings, and just shy of 10,000 rooms. It's the world's largest palace, spanning 180 acres. The huge royal complex, which has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is also home to the world's biggest collection of surviving historic wooden constructions. The palace, which was built between 1406 and 1420, is an outstanding example of Chinese imperial architecture. Ordinary Chinese people were forbidden from even visiting the imperial palace's walls for 5 centuries throughout the Ming and Qing dynasties, hence its better-known appellation. Thousands of people visit the castle every day nowadays. The Palace Museum has been in charge of the Forbidden City since 1925, and the complex today holds a vast collection of relics and artifacts dating back thousands of years in Chinese history. 7. Winter Palace, St. Petersburg, Russia. This Baroque-style masterpiece is one of the world's most richly furnished palaces and is St. Petersburg's most recognized landmark. It's ethereal with its mint, gold, and ivory covering. The current version of the palace, which spans 645,835 square feet, was constructed between 1730 and 1837. The interior is as luxurious, which is a tall order considering the exterior's gilded promise. There are 1,057 rooms in total, including the vibrant red, not-so-small throne hall, which is sumptuous with velvet and gold embellishments. The palace contains 1,945 windows and 1,786 doors, and the Jordan staircase is adorned with columns and statues. The State's Hermitage Museum, Russia's largest art museum, is housed in a section of the palace today. It was founded by Catherine the Great in 1764, when she purchased an extraordinary collection of paintings, and it now houses a large art collection of over 3 million works of art. Winter Palace houses collections of Egyptian antiquities, prehistoric art, jewelry, and decorative art, as well as fine art from other European countries and Russia. 8. SANSSOUCI Palace, Potsdam, Germany. SANSSOUCI, Frederick the Great's summer home and private sanctuary, is located near Potsdam, a city on the outskirts of Berlin. The palace's name, SANSSOUCI, means without care in French, and it perfectly captures the essence of the building. Because of the king's considerable influence and personal tastes, the architectural style of the palace is generally referred to as Frederican Rococo. The palace was completed in 1747 and later expanded and improved by King Frederick William IV in the 19th century. Fortunately, it survived both world wars and was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site following Germany's reunification. Many of the paintings, books, and other decor items were restored to the palace, as was Frederick the Great's casket, which was also transferred to the palace and interred in a new mausoleum overlooking the gardens. The gold and white marble hall reception room, the Voltaire room, and the beautiful Nuez Palace are all worth seeing. If you go, take a wander through the expansive gardens and park, if only to see the Chinese house. So that's all for today's video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon so you can always be notified of our regular uploads.